The air buzzed with the city's morning frenzy. Arav, a young man on the cusp of his dreams, nervously adjusted his tie. Today was his big interview. He glanced at his watch, his heart pounding with a mixture of hope and anxiety. The bus stop was packed, a sea of impatient faces. Arav shifted uncomfortably, his portfolio clutched tightly. He noticed an elderly man struggling to find change in his worn leather wallet. The bus rumbled closer, a metal behemoth in the morning light. A wave of frustration rippled through the waiting crowd. The old man looked up, his eyes filled with a quiet desperation. Arav hesitated for a moment, his own worries battling with the urge to help. He looked at the approaching bus, then back at the old man's kind eyes. Arav took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Let me get that for you, sir," he said, fishing out the exact fare from his pocket. The old man looked up, surprised. A warm smile spread across his wrinkled face. "Thank you, son," he said, his voice raspy but filled with gratitude. "That's very kind of you." Arav brushed it off with a shy smile. He helped the old man onto the bus, ignoring the irritated sighs from the other passengers. As they found seats, the old man patted Arav's hand. "You have a good heart, young man," he said, his eyes twinkling. "Don't lose that." Arav felt a warmth spread through him, a sense of peace that eased his pre-interview jitters. He nodded, taking the old man's words to heart. They chatted briefly, the old man's gentle demeanor calming Arav's nerves. Soon, Arav's stop arrived. With a final wave goodbye, he disembarked, his heart lighter than it had been all morning. He walked with a newfound confidence, the encounter leaving a sweet aftertaste. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee greeted Arav as he entered his usual cafe. He needed a caffeine boost before his interview. He reached for his wallet, his heart plummeting to his stomach. His blood ran cold, it was gone. Panic surged through him. He frantically searched his bag, his pockets, his mind racing. He had emptied his wallet at the bus stop, giving the old man his last bit of change. His interview was in less than an hour, and he was stranded without a penny to his name. Desperation clawed at him. He was about to give up when a hand touched his shoulder. He turned, his heart sinking further, expecting to see a concerned barista. Instead, he was met with the kind eyes of his guardian angel from the bus. "Looking for this, son?" the old man asked, holding up Arav's wallet. Relief washed over Arav. You have no idea what this means to me, sir," he stammered, his voice thick with emotion. "I have an interview and—" The old man smiled. "I know," he interrupted, his eyes twinkling. "Go on, get that job. And remember, kindness is its own reward." He handed Arav a crisp bill. For the coffee, he winked. As Arav walked into his interview, his mind still reeling, he saw the old man again. This time he was seated at the head of a grand table, a nameplate reading CEO gleaming in the light. His jaw dropped. The old man, his bus companion, was the CEO of the company. He smiled warmly. "Ready for that interview, Arav?" he boomed, his voice no longer frail but commanding. "I believe kindness is your greatest asset.